Erin Hunter's authored the best-selling Warrior Cats series. Alongside Warrior Cats, she has also written Survivor Dogs, Seekers, Brave Ones, and most recently, Bamboo Kingdom. Unbeknownst to some younger people in the fandoms, Erin Hunter isn't just one author. The Erin Hunter situation isn't like James Patterson either, where there used to be only one author and now it's almost all ghost-written. There has never been an Erin Hunter, only authors coming and going under the title. Today, I'm going to be talking about this unique arrangement and who each of the Erin Hunters are. But before we get started, if you are new to this channel, please think about subscribing. I regularly post both Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats content, so you'll never be bored. And to my current subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. Now, without further ado, let's talk about the first Erin Hunter, Victoria Holmes. Victoria Holmes, commonly known as Vicky, is the mastermind behind Warrior Cats and the first Erin Hunter. She was the one who came up with the name Erin Hunter. The story goes that she knew she wanted a letter around J, because Brian Jacques, the author of the animal fiction series Redwall's last name starts with a J. From there, she narrowed down the list of last names until finally she arrived at Hunter. Though she doesn't write the Warrior Cats series personally, she plots them all out, helping to create consistency among the timeline of the series, or at least as much consistency as can exist between 70-odd books. She was also the one to go with questions revolving the minor aspects of the series, like parentage and missing kids, though sometimes her answers messed up the timeline even more, like Graystripe's parents. As the head of Erin Hunter, Vicky normally produced storylines in a month. A week later, they would be ready to be made into drafts. Her writing schedule resembled a 9 to 5, as she would sit down at her desk in the morning, break for lunch, and then write some more after that. Vicky has said that if she were in the book series, she would be a cat named Mouse Whisker from RiverClan. Coincidentally, there is a cat named Mouse Whisker in Warrior Cats, though she happens to be from ThunderClan. In 2017, Vicky stepped back from Warrior Cats and its community in order to focus on her health. Outside of Warrior Cats, Victoria Holmes wrote 3 historical fiction horse girl books: Rider in the Dark, The Horse from the Sea, and Heart of Fire. Next, we have the first author recruited to be an Erin Hunter, Kate Cary. She was chosen only after Victoria Holmes had finished the base storyline. I'm thankful for that, as Kate has admitted that she hates writing death scenes, and sometimes Vicky has to force her to do so, despite her sadness upon killing off the characters. Kate Cary is incredibly involved in fostering the fandom. She created a website called BlogClan where fans could discuss the book series and roleplay with their fellow fans. The members of BlogClan even started to write an isekai fanfiction, where the members of BlogClan would be transported from the real world into the Warrior Cats book series. On BlogClan, Kate goes by the pseudonym Cakestar. Her favorite characters in the series are Graystripe and Frostball, though of course she likes Yellowfang and Bluestar as well. I mean, who doesn't? She has said if she were to be in Warrior Cats, she'd be a RiverClan cat. Despite calling herself Cakestar, if she were a warrior, she has said that her name would be Crooked Fang. Outside of Warrior Cats, Kate Cary wrote the Bloodline series, a World War I reimagining of Dracula. I actually read Bloodline in middle school and only now learned that it was written by her. It's pretty good and I recommend you check it out if you like some horror-themed stuff. After her, we have Cherith Baldry. Cherith was the second author to join the Erin Hunter's team. She was recruited after Vicky noticed that her writing style was similar to Kate Cary's. Her first book on the team was Forced to Secrets. Cherith is credited as writing an astounding 30 Warrior Cats books, the most recent being Ivypool's Heart. She has also written for Seekers, having written most of the second and final arc. Cherith Baldry is also written under the collective pen name of Adam Blade. Adam Blade is the supposed author for the Beast Quest and Sea Quest middle grade book series. On her own, she's written 3 series: Eagle's Mount, Abbey, and Saga of the Six Worlds. Next, we have Erica Sussman. Erica is perhaps the most cryptic of all the Erin Hunters, despite being credited as one by several sources. She has not been listed for any specific books. Sussman serves as an executive editor at HarperCollins Children's Books. She also handles acquisitions of possible books. Outside of Warrior Cats, she's edited for Magic Pony Carousel and My Sister the Vampire. I tried searching for more information on her, and the only thing I can find after employing my cyberstalking skills is that she's a fan of the Selection book series and also Taylor Swift. Then we have Clarissa Hutton. Clarissa Hutton is the next member of the Erin Hunters team. She is an author, but she also serves as an editor for Kate Cary. The first arc she was credited with assisting on was Dawn of the Clans, which started in 2013. She wrote for several novella collections. However, it appears that the novella collections have since been discontinued. It is unknown whether she still writes for the series or not, as her last credited book was Spotfur's Rebellion back in 2021. After Hutton, we have Dan Jolley. Jolley's name is often left out of lists of Erin Hunters because, unlike the other Erins, he doesn't work on the books. Instead, he writes the plots for the graphic novels. It is unknown which graphic novels in particular he has worked on. However, it is known that he did not write for the most recent graphic novel adaptation made by Natalie Rice and Sarah Gozer. Outside of Warrior Cats, he wrote for the Transformers comics and also DC. He's also worked on video game adaptations in book form. Now we have Tui T Sutherland. Tui T Sutherland is a name that you all should probably be familiar with. Outside of Warrior Cats, she has grown famous for her dragon book series, Wings of Fire, which is stretched for roughly 20 books. When it comes to Warrior Cats, she wrote Secrets of the Clans and has also served as an editor on the book series. She wrote the first book of the Seeker series, which is aptly titled The Quest Begins. Rosie Best is the next author on the team, and she is one of the most recent. Not a lot is known about her. She's the author of The Exile's Journey and several Bravelands books. She likely took over Bravelands after Gillian Phillips, the next author I will be talking about, left the team. Most recently, Best was in charge of writing Bamboo Kingdom, the most recent Erin Hunter book series project. Like most Erin Hunter series, each arc of Bamboo Kingdom lasts 6 books. The 6 books in Bamboo Kingdom are Creatures of the Flood, River of Secrets, Journey to the Dragon Mountain, The Dark Sun, The Lightning Path, and the yet-to-be-released Fire and Ash. Bamboo Kingdom appears to be rated fairly well, but I've seen less fandom content from it than I have from Bravelands, and that's saying a lot considering how much of a non-series Bravelands is. If you want me to possibly read and review Bamboo Kingdom, comment down below. Let's move on to Gillian Phillips, who is the most controversial official Erin Hunter. While Phillips was on the team, she wrote for Survivors, Seekers, and Bravelands. In 2020, it was discovered that Phillips was a TERF, or trans-exclusionary radical feminist. TERFs believe that trans women are pushing cis women out of their own spaces, and that all trans men are poor, manipulated, confused women. Being from Britain, she was a member of the British TERFs. The British TERFs are highly organized and host protests. It has been observed that they allow far-right anti-feminist reactionary groups into the protests, and outside them collaborate with them, like the Heritage Foundation and Focus on the Family. When the Erin Hunter fandoms discovered this, they were aghast, especially since most of the fandom are queer in some sort of way. An email writing campaign was formed, and after less than a week, she left the team. Since then, she's complained about trans activists getting her fired to any news organization that will have her, and even tried to force HarperCollins to rehire her through court. The rabbit hole goes a bit deeper, but this video doesn't have enough time to cover all that, so let's move on to our next author. The final official Erin that will be discussed today is Inbali Iserles. Inbali worked on Survivor Dogs, specifically Darkness Falls, The Endless Lake, and Storm of Dogs. She may have been involved in other books as well, but just not listed. Outside of Warrior Cats, Inbali wrote another xenofiction novel series that you may have heard of, Foxcraft. Foxcraft is a trilogy about foxes who can use magic. I've thought about making a video reviewing the series, and if you're interested in that, comment down below. I said that the final official Erin would be Inbali, but there's another unofficial Erin who is incredibly controversial in the fandom, and she is Sussane. Not much is known about Sussane. She appeared in late 2016 when Vicky informed the fandom that Sue would be answering questions on the book series and would be tying up loose ends as well. She told the fandom to treat her as an Erin. At first, Sue seemed to be someone who was just trying to do what Vicky said, tie up loose ends. In the early arcs, it was common for kits to go missing, and Sue decided to assign them fates through her Missing Kit series. But then she started making up off-page deaths. Gradually, they got out of hand until she said that a random, unnamed River Clan warrior died after his leg was caught in a fishing net, he got the leg amputated, and then bled to death due to the amputation. What did this random, unnamed River Clan warrior ever do to her? Eventually, Vicky was asked about Sue's validity, and she defended her and said that she was an Erin. Sue even contributed to the books, specifically Legends of the Clans novella collection. Even more specifically, she contributed to Spotted Leaf's heart. People blamed Sue for the questionable content in the book. A few months later, Vicky came out and said that Sue's word was never meant to be taken as canon and that Sue was just a fan. Sue then left the internet. There are still a lot of questions about Sue, such as who she was, her role in Legends of the Clans, and whether or not Vicky knew what she was doing on the internet. Some people believe that she was a fan. Others believe she knew Vicky personally and she was a kid, who Vicky thought she was being nice to. Others think that she was a grown adult and was Vicky's editor. It is unlikely we will ever know the truth behind the mysterious Sue Sussane. Those were all the Erin hunters, official and unofficial, who I could find. It's likely there are even more authors and editors who we do not know about, especially since we don't know who replaced Vicky after she stepped down. What surprised you most about the Erins from this video? Comment down below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I make Wings of Fire and Warcast videos pretty often, and your support would mean a lot to me. And to those who are already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. Peace, Rogan out.